Hello, everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Solano College Sports Network. We're here in the Solano College Gymnasium for a great basketball matchup between the Solano Falcons and the Merritt T-Birds. I'm Stash Moyne, and I'm joined in the booth tonight with Brian Nelson and Mike McLeod. Brian, what's Merritt's keys to the game?
Well, Merritt, their strength really is their size in the middle with number 32, Crystal Clark, and number 44, Quanah Harris. Solano typically struggles with bigger teams because they don't have the biggest depth at the forward position, so those two forwards really are the key for Merritt to have their second win of the season against Solano.
And on the other end of the ball, we have Solano. Mike, tell us what Solano's keys to the game.
They just need to do a better job of executing. These two teams already met in Oakland at where it was a home game for Merritt, and it ended 72-53 in Merritt's favor. Solano only made 4 threes on the night, 16%, 4 for 25. 22 for 84. That's not going to cut it. And a big part, like Brian said, is the bigs in the middle. Crystal Clark in particular, she averages 8 blocks. So it's incredible. You need to be able to work around her and try to just execute your game better.
Yeah, especially Splash Sisters, they ran a lot of threes. So if Merritt can hold them down, it's going to be an interesting game. It looks like we're ready for tip-off here. Ball is up. Ball is won right into the hands of Nikki and Dias. So that's the way the game starts. Nikki pushes it up to the right. Looking back now, setting up the offense, kicks it to Audrey Jones. Over to Alexis Hines. Janessa Bowling now, swings it out to Laura Lawson in the high corner. Little errant pass off the hands of Nikki and Dia, but she corrals it. Shot clock winding down now. Dribbling to her right, dumps it back to Janessa Bowling for 3. And she's making it rain with the first shot of the game.
Yeah, they're going to need to do a little bit of driving and kicking to make sure that they can get open threes and they don't get ran off the three-point line.
So Seema Bell with the ball now. Kicking it down low to Crystal Clark. Puts up the shot. She cannot get it to go. Rebounded by Nikki and Dia.
You see early Solano going to a zone defense, trying to eliminate the entry pass to those bigs of Crystal Clark and Harrison.
Little skip past Audrey Jones from the free throw line, and that's good.
And that's just automatic for Audrey Jones. She's not going to miss many of those.
And that's an added dimension to her game because a lot of people think that she's just a spot-up three-point shooter. She's a lot more than that. She's added a mid-range game to her repertoire.
Yeah, you can't talk enough about how important it is to be able to come off screens and do little curl routes to get those open jumpers.
And Markeisha Jelinek with the 3 off the bank. The bank is open for
I don't
3.
think she called glass on that one.
A little bit pressed now. Gets it to Laura Lawson. Lawson gets it up court. Kicks it to Bowling. Bowling looking around now. Kicks it to Audrey Jones. Swings it over Alexis Hines. Alexis to her right. Drives. Bounces off her foot, but she gets the ball. Kicks it to Laura Lawson. Lawson looking around. Kicks it out to Bowling. Reset the offense now. To Laura Lawson drives. Shot clock winding down. She knows she has to do it. Puts up the left hook. She cannot get it to go, and it's rebounded by Quanah Harrison. Fighting for it on the ground. And it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to the T-Birds. The possession arrow's in their favor. But what a hustle play by Alexis Hines.
And Quanah Harrison has to be careful of those elbows. Make sure she doesn't get called for a flagrant foul because that was a little close to her
2 minutes
cheek.
in, getting a little chippy down in the low block with Quanah Harris swinging little elbows.
Yeah, but I like the aggressiveness of both of these teams in the early going.
So Seema Bell flips it over to Quanah Harrison, over to the corner for 3. Gabby Gaines, she cannot get it to go. Rebounded by the T-Birds right into the hands of Markeisha Jelinek. Gabby Gaines driving baseline, kicks it out. Merritt working the ball well for 3. Oh, rims out, rebounded by Lawson. And Lawson, we know, is a rebounding machine.
Yeah, Solano, one of the top rebounding teams in the state. They have a rebound margin of over 20 a game, and that's good for like 13th in the state, I believe.
Wow.
Mostly on the offensive glass, but also defensive glass as well.
Audrey Jones tried to luck at three-point line, just rims out, rebounded by Lawson. Kicks it out, goes right into the hands of Markeisha Jelinek. Q, as they like to call her, so Q's coming up. Dribbling around the free throw line, kicks out to Gabby Gaines, and just throws it right back to the hands of Seema Bell, point guard. Seema to Gabby. Gabby tries her luck and just overshoots that one, and that's going to go out of bounds in favor of the Falcons.
And every time you see Gaines get the ball, you can hear Coach Porcher yell shooter to alert the defense that Gaines can shoot the ball. She averages 16.9 points per game, leading the Lady T-Birds in scoring.
And Kendra Burrell and Ariel Gilliam checking into the game now for the T-Birds.
And back to that point about Gabby Gaines, she takes almost 7 threes a game, 6.9, so she definitely likes to shoot the rock.
Nikki and Daya driving, just loses the handle there, but a foul is called. So that's the first foul of the game. And it's going to be on Kendra Burrow. So she checks into the game and gets her first foul in the first 15 seconds. So inbound pass goes to Alexis Hines. Kicks out to Janessa Bowling. Swing pass to Ariel. Down
There you
low.
go.
Alexis Hines up and good.
Yeah, Audrey Jones will draw defenders when she's in the corner, so she needs to be able to make that play and get that pass.
And I like that play from Alexis Hines, too. She tends to be a little aggressive sometimes, and nice to see her get an early, easy bucket.
So Merritt swinging it around the perimeter, looking for an inward pass. Gets it down low. Stolen away by Nikki and Daya.
Such active hands.
Nikki just pushing it out to Audrey Jones for three. And you know that's good.
That's layups.
That's money.
I believe that was Splash Sister to Splash Sister. So sharing the love.
Another drive-in kick from Solano to get an open look at a three.
So Solano has come out of the gates hot so far in the first 4 minutes of this ballgame. Driving up, in, and no good. Rebounded by Lawson, but ripped away, picked up by Bowling. Bowling keeps her dribble, pushing it up quickly. Over to Audrey Jones, puts up a jumper, and that's good for two. And there's a timeout by Merritt. And you know Merritt's head coach doesn't like what's going on. Solano comes out on a 12-3 run in the first 5 minutes of this game.
And Audrey Jones with 7 early points, getting the ball going, but not only scoring for herself, but assisting on that Nikki and Daya three-point shot. And great start from Solano.
Yeah, you know, tonight's a special night here at Solano. It's Coaches versus Cancer. Solano continues this tradition, giving back to the community and charitable organizations with tonight's recognition of Coaches versus Cancer. Both teams, Merritt and Solano, will take part in this nationwide national awareness event that supports cancer research. All proceeds from tonight's gate will be donated to the American Cancer Society. Additional donations will be accepted and are appreciated. So very special night here.
And, you know, last year during this game, my mom had breast cancer, and so it was a really special night for me and really important for me. But luckily she, you know, is through with it. It's over. It's passed. She's in remission, all that. So
great news here.
I'm great to hear that, Mike. And, you know, and it's things like this that help that cancer research for people like your mom and plenty of other people out there. I know everybody pretty much knows somebody that has had cancer or has cancer, so our thoughts and prayers go out to them. But now we're back to the ball game here. 12-3 Solano.
Couple substitutions for Solano. Kai Roberts and Miranda Holman checking in.
And there is a double dribble call there on Asima Bell. And that's something you don't like to see. You come out to get after a timeout. You know the coach must be furious.
And you don't want to give Solano easy possessions. It's hard enough to play good offense against that swarming defense, but to make mental mistakes on top of that, that's just going to compound your problems all night.
So Miranda Holman with the ball. Tries to get it over to Nikki and Daya, but it's going to go out on Gabby Gaines, and it's going to stay Solano ball.
Miranda Holman kind of got away with one there because that was not the best decision to make. And really, coming out to the timeline is really not the best thing to do.
Oh, and there was a hard contact there. No foul called. Just going after the ball. Gabby Gaines driving now. Little step up. No good. Laura Lawson with another rebound. They're fighting for it now. It's going to be a jump ball. And it's supposed to be Solano ball, but they messed up on the possession arrow there.
That's white ball.
So
yeah, that is definitely white ball.
A little human error part of the game. It happened in the men's game when we were calling with the buzzer. And the rest are discussing it.
I'm glad they took the time to really analyze this. Hopefully they get the call right. And they do.
They remembered Alexis Hines diving on the ground to cause that jump ball earlier in the game.
And you have Bobby Campo down there, legend here at Solano, working the possession arrow. So
it's been a kind of a tricky night down at the station there.
Yeah, a little malfunctions in that men's game like you guys are talking about.
You know, I think they missed us, Stosh, when we were doing PA. We made things go smoothly.
Nikki and Dye in the corner. Oh, just overshoots that one right to Lawson. She puts it back up. No foul call. Miranda Holman. So a third opportunity here for Solano. Offensive rebounds really playing a toll. Nikki and Dye again, and that's good for two.
And that's one of the main strengths of Solano is offensive rebounding. They've kind of gone to this bigger lineup here in recent games with Holman and Lawson in at the same time.
So Kendra Brewer with the ball, swinging it around now, right into the hands of Adriana Yules. Adriana swings it down low. One dribble, stolen away by Laura Lawson. I believe Audrey Jones actually had her hand on it. It's tipped away. It's going to stay Solano ball.
Yeah, great overplay from Audrey Jones with the help defense in there and plenty of time to knock it off of Merritt's offensive player to get that turnover. So Brooke Gibbons going to check into the game.
So Brooke Gibbons gets it up to Kai Roberts.
Brooke Gibbons actually started the last game against Merritt, but she did go for 7, probably one of the reasons she went to the bench, but she has produced a lot better coming off the bench.
Gibbons driving, no foul call. Lawson gets the rebound, blocked away by Crystal Clark, and we'll see a lot of that tonight. Going up, left hand, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Clark, she puts it back up, and that's good.
So Crystal Clark's size on the defensive end, hustles down the court.
To the corner, Kai Roberts, quick jumper. She can't get it to go. Ooh,
boy, it is tough down there with Laura Lawson, Quanah Harris, Crystal Clark, Miranda Holman. This is the biggest lineup that you'll see all game long.
Yeah, that was a hard foul by Lawson there, and Alexis Hines checking back into the game for Lori Lawson.
But the difference between Solano this year and Solano last year is that they can stay big at all times. Now they have Alexis Hines. Now they have Miranda Holman. They're both freshmen, so they'll be back next year. So you don't have to sacrifice size when Laura Lawson goes to the bench.
So Merritt looking around now, trying to drive baseline. She goes up. It hits the side of the backboard, puts it up again, and a foul is called. Now, isn't it if it hits the side of the backboard, isn't that out of bounds? Or
side of the back? It depends on which part of the side of the backboard it hits.
Is the blue, Mike? No,
it depends on how it ricochets back.
Okay.
So Adriana Yules makes her first shot there, so now makes it 14-6. And Merritt's starting to show some life here after that timeout, and Solano came out of the gates red hot and has slowed down a little bit since then. Merritt really playing that full court press that we're used to seeing from Solano, so they're giving them a dose of their own medicine here.
And I think that's the theory that you don't like.
Oh, and she gets her own rebound up and good, so that's a three-point play for Adriana Yules.
As I was saying, that's kind of the theory that you have for, let's say, MMA, that wrestlers don't like to be wrestled down as a strategy. So Solano, who implements a full court press, doesn't like to potentially run it themselves.
Down low to Holman. Holman, good little shake and bake move. Gets it to Brooke Gibbons. Brooke Gibbons driving, just loses the handle, tips it around. Ball still on the ground, but it's picked up by Merritt. Here goes Q. Q puts up the three, and that's nothing but air, and that's going to go out of bounds for the Falcon ball.
That was good hustle by Brooke Gibbons getting back after turning the ball over. Disrupted that timing on that shot by sticking a hand in there.
I thought she got a piece of it. I'm not entirely sure it should be white ball, but, you know, give and take,
she
win some, lose some.
Yeah, I thought she, maintained possession enough to shoot the ball.
Yeah, okay.
A little down low to Bowling. Bowling looking around now. She puts up the three. Way over. It's a pass to Alexis Hines. She puts it up. No foul called, and somebody had a hand on it there, and I believe that was Quanah Harrison.
Was that a lob?
This isn't Lob City.
Wrong team.
Lob City lost tonight and last night, so not too good for the Clippers.
So working the ball now. Doing a good job. Driving. Q puts up the shot. She gets fouled. Will go to the line to shoot two.
So that potentially could be a good strategy for Merritt, try and get Alexis Hines and Miranda Holman into some foul trouble. And we know from past games, Laura Lawson, when she gets into foul trouble, Solano becomes a whole different game. So Merritt driving and getting the free throw line could be a way for them to get back in this game.
And she makes her first.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that the bigs for Solano haven't been more aggressive in the early going to try to implement that same strategy against the bigs from Merritt, because Merritt doesn't have the same depth at bigs that Solano does.
And Jelinek makes it a 4-point ball game. So Solano's going to have to stop the bleeding right here and find a basket of their own. Stolen away by Q, and she steps on the line. And that's going to be Solano ball, as Audrey Jones checks back into the ball game for the Falcons.
So very fortunate, Solano, on that potential turnover.
Solano can't afford to get careless with the ball at any point during this game.
Gets up court quickly. Audrey Jones wide open for three, and you know that's money.
Yeah, and that's disadvantage of having a full court press. If you can break it quickly, you get an open shot at the other end.
And an open shot from one of the deadliest three-pointers that Solano has. Not the best for Merritt.
So here's Yules with the ball now. Kicks it over to Harrison. Harrison, high dribble. Yeah, that's a carry for sure. So a couple mental mistakes so far for the Merritt T-Birds, allowing Solano to keep building on this lead. It looked like they were going to come back and potentially tie the game, but now Solano, this game is a game of momentum so far. Now the momentum arrow is pointing towards Solano right now.
Najee Jones inbounding the ball. Already has the same amount of points as Merritt does, 10-10.
Najee Jones now with the ball. Gets it to Laura Lawson. Lawson's going to dribble it. Looking around for some help. All right, overthrows Bowling, and that's going to go out of bounds. And a little bit too much mustard on that throw.
Sort of a soccer pass, two-hand overhead pass. You really could just do a chest pass there, and it'd work the same way.
So a couple risky passes there from the press. Earlier on from Miranda Holman's, a similar play like that, and there from Laura Lawson. So that needs to be corrected.
So Harrison with the ball now. Swings it over to Ewell. Up top to Bell. They get it to Gabby Gaines. Looking to drive here. Good. Zone defense by Solano. Up and good. That's Crystal Clark with the bucket.
And Laura Lawson has to do a better job of playing post defense and not allowing Crystal Clark to get the position that she did on that last play.
Nikki and Dye goes to Bowling in the corner. Getting double teamed. The pass is a little bit tipped, but gets in the hands of Audrey Jones. Down low to Lawson. Lawson puts up the shot. Little contact, no foul called. Alexis Hines, good hustle play to keep the ball alive. Kicks it out to Audrey Jones. Shot clock is at 5. And she just throws this pass away to Harrison. Harrison bringing up the ball up court. Gets it to Ewell. Ewell's driving. And it's stolen away by Nikki and Daya, but she couldn't corral it before she stepped out of bounds. But good defense by Solano. Kai Roberts checking in the game for Solano.
The mark of a good defender and good on-ball defender is to be able to see the ball at all times and not look in the eyes of the player you're defending. And that's something that's Nikki and Daya is really good at.
Oh, and a little hip check there from Laura Lawson is going to send Crystal Clark to the line to shoot 2.
So Laura Lawson picking up a foul. That's the 4th team foul for Solano. So that's something to look out for with 10 minutes left in the first half is getting foul trouble for the bigs.
Crystal Clark misses the first, and it looks like Miranda Holman's checking in for Solano. And for Merritt is Kendra Brule, and I believe Ariel Gilliam.
You know, I say this every game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of Talia Champion Benjamin just to come in to give some of the other bigs a breather, give Alexis Hines and Miranda Holman maybe a little bit of a breather at the same time, because it's been kind of 2 of them in rotation the entire game.
So Solano is trying to, their tempo has been very slow so far with this full court press, and something they're not used to. Nikki and Daya now with the ball. Gets to Audrey Jones. Swing over to Kai Roberts. Kai swings it to Holman. Holman to Hines. Hines for 3. Money. Count that one.
And they've already made as many threes as they did the entirety of last game against Merritt.
Yeah, they're shooting well behind the three-point line tonight to start this game. That's something, good sign for Solano. You know that's something that Coach Boychard is happy about. For 3, Gabby Gaines just hits the front of the rim, and Audrey Jones is just going to let it roll out of bounds.
And she is not afraid to shoot, Gabby Gaines, but she's not had a good rhythm here in the first half, and that's a good thing for Solano. Their leading scorer has 0 points at this point in the game.
Audrey Jones down to Holman. 2 defenders on it. That makes a hard pass. Stolen away by Merritt. Merritt pushing the tempo quickly. Gabby Gaines had an easy lane to the basket, but mishandled the ball. And now they're going to call a reach-in foul. Looks like it's going to be on Kai Roberts.
Yeah, a little over-aggressive there on Gaines. Trying to stay in front of her. She's just slapped down, trying to disrupt the rhythm. Got a little too much arm.
And timeout called by Coach Borchard, and he's probably not too happy with so many fouls that Solano has committed in the first 10 minutes of this ballgame.
Really, the aggression of Merritt is causing some mistakes from the Solano side. Overplaying, and that is causing some of the bigs to reach when they shouldn't and the pressure is causing the guards to slap down instead of play good defense and stay in front of their man, or woman in this case.
Yeah, but really, we can't talk enough about how consistent Laura Lawson has been this season. She already has 14 double-doubles. She's probably going to end up having another one tonight, and I base that solely on the fact that she has 551 career rebounds. She's 7th all-time in Solano history, and so her work is cut out for her tonight against these bigs for Merritt, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a huge performance by her.
And the last
wide open three, and that ball is short. Rebounded by Audrey Jones, gets it to Ndaya. And Ndaya's just having a hard time tonight, just corralling the ball. Audrey Jones looking for help, gets it to Holman. Holman mishandles the ball, and they call it a over and back, so it's going to be a turnover for Solano. And this full court press is causing a lot of problems for Solano's offense.
Yeah, the pressure caused Miranda Holman to palm the ball. She didn't catch it cleanly, so when she tried to maintain the possession, she palmed it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of crisp passes, getting shooters open from the Solano team, and so far the passing has been a little errant so far. Yeah.
I think this is a key moment for Merritt because Crystal Clark is out of the game.
Driving, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Merritt, she puts it back up, and that's no good. And two Falcons fighting for it. Alexis Hines fighting, and there's going to be a foul called, so that's going to be a second team foul for the Merritt T-Birds.
And not being in foul trouble, that really benefits Merritt on their full court press defense because that allows them to be even more aggressive. So Solano, you better get used to some aggressive full court press because with 8 fouls left in this first half, 5 until the single bonus, they got some room to play with.
So Bowling looking to get up court. Jones now with the ball, gets to Roberts. Roberts swing pass, and it's tipped to Gabby Gaines, and she's trying to keep her dribble, and she keeps it going. I don't know how, but she keeps possession.
I don't know how that wasn't called an over and back. She dribbled it from the front court into the back court, and it wasn't called.
Maybe they're mesmerized by the and one dribbling.
So Merritt really needs a bucket here. Using the shot clock. Driving. No foul called. Good defense by Solano. Gets it right back to Bell. Bell puts up the shot, and they call it travel. So Solano catches a break there.
So like I said, when Crystal Clark comes out of the game, where is Merritt going to get their offense? And on the defensive end, they haven't had a chance for Solano to initiate the offense because of their full court press. But with no Clark and her length on the defensive end, it's a perfect opportunity for Solano to break ahead.
Alexis Hines now with the ball, gets back to Bowling. Janessa dribbling to her right on the high side, kicks it to Audrey Jones. Over to Miranda Holman on the near side. Kai Roberts driving, has a free lane, up and good for Kai Roberts.
And there you see how much Merritt misses Crystal Clark when she's not on the floor.
And like you said, the depth for Merritt, you don't have a Crystal Clark on the bench to supplant Crystal Clark.
Good word.
Yeah, thank you.
Shot up, ball on the ground, rebounded by Jones. Bowling kicks up to Kai Roberts, kind of a leading pass. Kai has time now, but just pulls it back. Looking for help. To Alexis Hines. Hines puts up the shot. Oh, and she's not too happy about that one because it didn't even touch the net.
Yeah, a little embarrassing there, but she just runs on defense. She'll shake it off, get her Taylor Swift on.
So mad.
Nikki and Diane. Brooke Gibbons checking the game for Solano, and the Kiwi Killian checks in the game for the Merritt T-Birds. So still no Crystal Clark. No Crystal Clark is still on the bench. So it's going to be interesting to see here if Solano can really start attacking and put some more points on this lead. Solano's using this zone in their advantage here. For three, Kiwi, no good. And you know what? Merritt has not shown that they can really shoot the three ball tonight, so Solano's going to let them take those shots until they can prove they can make it. Smart plays, good defense, not allowing anything side. Excellent job.
And especially with no offensive rebounding threat in the game, that makes his own defense even more preferable because Solano can move around, pressure the outside shooters, and not worry about giving up an offensive rebound to Crystal Clark.
Brooke Gibbons saves it right to Ndaya. Good hustle play all around by the Falcons.
Yeah, Nikki Ndaya bailed out Brooke there.
And she's trapped, and she goes off a Merritt defender, so it's going to stay Solano ball with 10 clicks left on the shot clock. So Solano's going to need a quick bucket here. And here comes Crystal Clark checking back in for the T-Birds. So let's see what inbounds play they run. Gets it to Ndaya. 9 seconds. Ndaya driving, puts up the floater, hits, and she gets called for the foul, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So great play there by Nikki Ndaya. A lot of people will close out on her because she's such a deadly shooter, but element to her game that a lot of people don't realize if you don't watch Nikki Ndaya every single game is that she has the ability to drive and float it, so that got her the foul there.
So Ndaya, nothing but net on her first free throw. Now it's up to a 10-point lead with 6:17 left to play here in the first half. Here on Coaches versus Cancer Night.
Girls wearing some pink socks.
Even the guys are wearing pink socks in the first game. I think that's pretty cool.
And Coach has a pink shirt on. I think a pink sweater vest? All right. I didn't know the Solano budget had a...
you know Borchard always comes out.
Looking fly.
That was a very bad pass by Seema Bell there.
Tell me how you really feel, Stosh.
And Seema Bell
you gotta call
asking for movement, but that one was 14 feet over her head.
Yeah.
So
I know Crystal Clark has long arms, but come on.
And there's a whistle. I'm not sure what's going on right now.
Maybe the clock didn't start in time.
Must be. So inbound pass to Bowling.
Ooh, careful.
Yeah. That foot was really close to that half-court line. Bowling to Holman. It's tipped away by Harrison, using her long arms to interrupt these passing lanes. And Merritt's doing an excellent job by disrupting all these passes and putting pressure on Solano.
And we talk a lot about the block capability of Merritt, but every single person averages at least a steal on this Merritt team.
And here comes Kiwi. She puts up the shot, and good. Kiwi Killian with the bucket. Janessa Bowling just going down, pulls it back. Kicks it to Brooke Givens. Brooke to Miranda Holman. Holman gets it to Ndaya, stolen away by Markeisha Jelinek. She puts up the layup, and that's good. So that's a 4-point swing.
So right on cue what Mike was talking about, back-to-back steals from Merritt leading to easy offense.
And Ndaya just dribbling around everybody right now. Gets to her spot. Cuts through the double team, puts up the jumper, and no good, but rebounded by Alexis Hines. Hines goes up with it, and a little bit of a disrupted shot.
Hines hasn't had the best half shooting-wise so far. Really disrupted by this post defense from Merritt.
5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Up and good by Kiwana Harrison.
Yeah, and Alexis had an early start to the game, hitting her first 2 shots, but again, like I was saying earlier, sometimes she tends to rush her shots, so that offensive possession didn't capitalize on that opportunity.
And that foul was called on Kiwi Killian with the foul. And what I was going to say, she's playing really tough defense, getting in the faces of the ball handlers and really playing handsy. And I'm surprised she hasn't been called for more fouls yet in this game, but she's really a spark off the bench for this T-Birds team. You see her right here all up in the face. Stolen away. Oh, goes right into the hands of Nikki Ndaya. Ndaya pull-up jumper, and no good. She gets her own rebound, goes back up with it. Left hand, good. Nikki Ndaya for 2.
So really the bounce is going Solano's way on that possession. A near steal, a missed shot, and an offensive rebound right back to the shooter.
Yeah, Merritt's going to have to do a better job on their defensive rebounds if they want to come back in this game. Merritt looking around now. Puts up the 3, and no good. But it's going to be rebounded by Q in the corner. She flips it out to Kiwi. Kiwi driving, Killian dumps it off to Q. Jelinek throws it down low to Harrison. Harrison spin move, left hand, no, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Holman.
Good move there from Quana Harris, but not able to connect.
Down low. Oh, and that ball was tipped, and it's going to be T-Bird ball. And Audrey Jones kind of threw it behind Alexis Hines there, so not the best passing night so far for the Solano Falcons.
Yeah, that allowed Merritt to get into the passing lane. Alexis Hines could only swat at the ball. No chance for her to actually gain possession on that pass. So,
but good idea from Audrey Jones to look for the pass to get an easier shot. We know that it's automatic for her to hit that mid-range jumper, but you really wanted to get to the rim as often as possible.
She made the right offensive play for that possession, definitely.
4-3. No good. And it's tipped around, rebounded by Jones, and here comes Bowling. Pushing it up court. Bowling throws it back to Jones, a little behind her once again. Audrey Jones to Janessa Bowling, fakes a shot, goes up with a shot, and hits the front of the rim and foul. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. It looks like the foul is going to be on Kawana Harrison.
And hey, that's not a bad idea for Solano to get Merritt into some foul trouble on the forwards of Merritt. Kawana Harrison averaging 13.2 points, 9.7 rebounds, and Crystal Clark 8.3 points, 12.3 rebounds. So if those two get into some foul trouble, Solano can get things rolling.
And Bowling misses her first.
And, we talked so much about the foul trouble that Solano was in early, but they've done a great job adjusting, and they really haven't committed a foul in the last 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, they had the first 5 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game.
And also of note, they've been doing this all without Laura Lawson. Coach has put Laura Lawson on the bench to, I would think, save some fouls. She got 1 early personal foul, and it's been mostly Alexis Hines, Miranda Holman holding down the fort in the front court.
Yeah, with less than 3 minutes to play here, I think Coach Butcher would like to have her rest for the rest of the half, but depends here if the rest of the girls can pick up. Driving is Q. Q puts up the under layup, can't get it to go. Hines fighting for it, and it's going to be Solano ball. Alexis Hines is doing a great job on Crystal Clark, not letting her get in that low block, get set down low, really playing physical with Crystal Clark.
Yeah, and I think that was a great move by Matt Borchert, sticking her into the starting lineup with Crystal Clark so her energy could bother her and not make her not get into rhythm on the offensive end.
Audrey Jones dumps it off to Bowling. Bowling to Holman. Holman dribbling to her left. Looking for help, cross-court pass. Kai Roberts for 2, and it's good.
Yeah, Alexis Hines had a mismatch and completely took Gabby Gaines on the block. Good thing the rest didn't see it, though.
Down low, trying to get to Crystal Clark, and it's tipped. It's going to be Solano ball. So good defense by Solano on back-to-back possessions by Merritt. And Solano's starting to get their flow back in this game.
Yeah, and offensively is where Solano, you like to think they're the strongest, but really their defense is what carries them in most of their games, shutting down the opposing offense, allowing turnovers to create easy offense on the other end.
To Holman. Holman up top. Kai Roberts for 3. It is good.
So Kai hitting her last 2 shots. That was a very confident shot from Kai Roberts, the sophomore guard.
Oh, for a little jumper off the backboard. Can't get to go. Rebounded by Kai Roberts.
I think she's feeling it.
Oh yeah.
She's definitely in a zone right now. Audrey Jones, pass from Kai Roberts, up and good.
Kai Roberts is doing absolutely everything on the court right now. She's rebounding, she's passing well, she's shooting well. Really everything that has been a struggle for Solano tonight, she's doing well.
Yeah, really in his last 3 minutes of this half so far, Solano's really put the foot on the pedal. Crystal Clark goes up, and it's good. Up to Alexis Hines now. Hines kicks it to Jones. Jones to Kai Roberts. Nikki and Dia thought about it. Little cut move. Goes in the lane, puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Gabby Gaines. Gabby's pushing it up the court quickly. Oh. And there's a foul called. Oh, that looked good from where we're sitting. But did not go in, so she can go on the line to shoot 2. Kai Roberts with the foul there. But that's a good foul. You do not want to give up an easy bucket. She had a pretty clear path to the hoop.
They're actually not going to give her the shot. The foul came before the shot.
Yeah, so it makes it even a better
Yeah.
foul. So if you're not going to risk 2 free throws from a shooter, and especially Gabby Gaines, who's shooting a lot of three-pointers, getting her to the line would probably get her back into a shooting rhythm.
Gabby Gaines for 3.
And broadcaster strings.
Gabby Gaines.
They need to continue to pay attention to Gabby Gaines when she's coming off the screens.
Ooh, Alexis Hines barely got that fingertip catch. Swinging around Audrey Jones, thought about it. Janessa Bowling now with the ball. Janessa dribbling to her right. High side now. Kicks it to Miranda Holman. Holman swings it over to Audrey Jones. Oh, Alexis Hines, backdoor, puts up the shot and gets fouled, so she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
But great vision from Audrey Jones to find Alexis Hines. Not really guarded by anyone in particular from Merritt. There's people in the area, but they weren't really guarding her. So great vision from Audrey Jones to get Alexis Hines that pass in time to get a shot up for the foul.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, Mike, that she said she wasn't having the best shooting night, but she's doing everything else right. And she's getting to the free throw line. She's really using that physical presence down low.
Yeah, definitely. She's really disrupted both Quanah Harrison and Crystal Clark on the defensive end. They've gotten their points, but it hasn't been easy for them. They've had to work for it. They've had to expend a lot of energy. And so she misses the free throw, but it goes to Solano.
Yeah, Miranda Holman had a hand on it, but it was swatted away by Markeisha Jelinek. So now Solano has a chance here to get the last shot of the half, up by 11. Into the hands of Janessa Bowling now, and I know she's going to wind down the clock. Kicks it to Audrey Jones. Back to Bowling. Swings it over to Nikki Andaya. 5 seconds. Andaya dribbling around. Down low to Holman. Backdoor cut. She puts it up. Oh, that would have been a perfect way to end the half. But still, Solano's up 11, 35-24. Brian, your thoughts on the first half?
Really, I think Solano's defense is the key for them to get this 11-point lead. Offensively, they've been rattled a little bit by this press defense, this full court defense from the Merritt side of things. But their defense is what's kept them in this game. Alexis Hines, Miranda Holman, Laura Lawson, not allowing Crystal Clark or the Merritt T-Birds to get a rhythm on offense, and they've been struggling.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, he said it perfectly. Solano hasn't had the greatest job of getting the easy shots that they're used to, but they've done a great job of executing when they've had shots. This Solano team is a team that shoots 85 shots a game, so they're no stranger to being able to put up a lot of shots. So to be able to withstand the defensive pressure and still execute when they get shots, that's what's had Solano the lead in the first half.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Merritt really came out with that full court press, and it was putting a lot of pressure. You saw Solano have a lot of bad passes, and they couldn't really get things going. Then they backed off a little bit because Merritt was coming back, and they got close. They got within 6. Then after that, Solano took off, now have 11-point lead. So that's all we have for you in the first half, 35-24 in favor of Solano. So we're going to go to halftime, and we'll be back after the half.
I'm Matt Borchert, head women's basketball coach at Solano College, and I want to thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Rebecca LeCount. I'm one of the counselors here at Solano Community College. I'm here to let you know that counselors are available to help you with academic and career advising. Our job is to help you successfully reach your goals. Whether your goal is to obtain a certificate, an associate's degree, or to transfer, it's important to have an educational plan to guide you along the way. We want to make sure that you are taking the classes that you need and not taking ones that won't help you reach your goals. I encourage you to come by the counseling office to see a counselor to develop or update your educational plan as soon as possible. For new students, creating an educational plan is one of the steps that you need to take in order to obtain priority registration. Developing the ED plan will allow you to plan your semester schedule in advance and will give you a better chance to get those classes that you need. You can drop by the counseling office in Building 400 on the main campus or call to make an appointment at 707-864-7101. You can also book appointments online at solano.edu. We also have counseling appointments available in Vacaville, Vallejo, and at the Travis Air Force Base. Remember, we're here to help you. Please come by and see us today.
And welcome back, folks. Thanks for still tuning into the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Stosh Moy along with Brian Nelson and Michael McLeod. Second half getting ready underway here. What is Solano going to have to do to continue to win this game?
They're going to need to continue to execute when they get their shots. They're going to have a couple of costly turnovers. Merritt's really good at causing turnovers, but this is a fast enough paced offense that you're still going to get plenty of shot opportunities. You just need to be able to knock them down.
And you see here, tipped away by Alexis Hines, kicks it up quickly to Janessa Bowling, and she's just going to slow it down, kicks it over to Audrey Jones. Audrey Jones throws it back up to Nikki Andaya, over to Janessa Bowling. Bowling open for the 3. Oh, and just rims out, rebounded by Lawson. She puts it back up. She cannot get it. It's tipped, going to stay. Solano ball with a fresh shot clock.
That's typical Laura Lawson. You see that hustle on the offensive end. That last game against Merritt, I believe she had 11 offensive rebounds.
Wow.
So Lawson, a beast on the offensive rebounding.
Inbound pass to Alexis Hines. Gets it to Lawson. Lawson puts it up and gets a favorable bounce and in.
So first bucket for Laura Lawson in this game.
Yeah, she looks really refreshed. You know, she sat out most of that, the tail end of that first half, keep her legs fresh, and comes out and puts points on the board.
Yeah, expect big things in the second half from Laura Lawson.
She has averages of over 10 and 10, so she really is going to need to have a good second half to match her averages.
Yeah, Kawana Harrison puts that back up, the offensive rebound, and Audrey Jones just kind of stood there and kind of the Olay defense.
Yeah, and Laura Lawson didn't really try and help with the defense to potentially get a foul on that shot by Harrison.
Lawson on top of the key now. Bounce pass to Nikki Ndaya. Ndaya thought about it, driving, puts up the layup, and the foul is called, so Ndaya is going to go to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is going to be on Crystal Clark, I believe.
Yeah, good ball fake from Nikki Ndaya on the shot blocker. Kind of came out late because she knows her length is good enough that she can just reach up and block a jump shot, but Ndaya drove right past her and laid it up and in.
Yeah, you know, big mismatch there, and Nikki Ndaya did the right thing, just get to the basket and get to the line on those mismatch, but she misses the first there.
Yeah, I didn't mean up and in, but she went up for the shot.
Oh, Mike, I didn't get to say on air, I like your haircut, by the way.
Thank you. I need to look more professional. I was getting a little unruly, but
Now, where can I get a haircut like that?
Sport Clips, actually. That's where I went. But apparently you cut hair too.
Yeah,
so
a little bit on the side.
moonlighting.
Yeah. Haircuts by Stosh. Give me a call.
Got everybody looking like the bus bench ad for that one guy.
So Gabby Gaines flips to Q. Q driving. Good Euro step, puts up. And a travel is called, so Solano gets the ball back.
And they'll give you an extra step for the gather, but you can't pro step twice and expect not to be called for a travel.
So the full court press by Merritt once again. Solano does an excellent job by pushing the ball up court. Cross court to Nikki Ndaya. Ndaya thought about it. Now looking around for help. Picks it out to Laura Lawson on top of the key. Over to Janessa Bowling. Bowling puts up the 3 and does not get it to go. So she's missed her first 2 3-pointers. And on the break is Asima Bell. Asima puts up the left-hand layup and good.
And Janessa Bowling can't sit there and look at her shot. She needs to either follow it or she needs to get back for transition defense.
Up to Nikki Ndaya now. Ndaya just dissecting. Pull up from the free throw line. Does not get it to go. Right into the hands of Gabby Gaines. Gabby Gaines pushing it back up court quickly. Pulls back. Ooh, good little stutter step. She puts up with the right hand. She cannot get it to go. And it's tipped. It's going to stay T-Bird ball.
Yeah, but the second half, Solano looks like they're doing a lot better against the press. And that's something Solano is known for. Their second half adjustments are second to none in the Bay Valley Conference.
Second half to none?
Yeah.
Oh, back pick by Janessa Bowling. And a 2-on-1 over to Nikki Ndaya. Ndaya pull up jumper. And that's no good. Rebounded by Lawson. Who else? And there is a foul called. It looked like Gabby Gaines was just kind of tugging on Lawson's ankle there.
Tugging on Superman's cape. Or Wonder Woman, I guess.
Yeah, but a nice show of sportsmanship there. Lawson helped her up, and Gabby Gaines said, my bad. You know, she didn't. It wasn't a malicious attempt.
Yeah, that was definitely incidental. But it's always scary when there's bodies hanging around your ankles.
Bowling with the floater. She can't get that one to go. Lawson, one-handed rebound, puts it up, can't get it to go. Comes down. Alexis Hines saves it. Lawson comes up with it. She puts it up again, blocked by Crystal Clark.
A lot of activity there from Laura Lawson, just not able to capitalize.
Driving up and good from Asima Bell.
And, you know, normally when you want to combat a shot blocker, you need to pump fake and get them up in the air. But Crystal Clark does such a great job of getting to the ball and blocking it without leaving her feet that you can't do that necessarily.
Yeah, when you average 8 blocks a game, that's unreal. So her sense of timing is great.
Alexis Hines puts up the shot. Rebounded by Lawson once again. Puts it back up. Oh, no! So Solano's not getting those bounces around the rim that they were in the first half, so they come out a little sluggish shooting the ball.
Really, you just need to be able to just hoist it up and go off glass. You don't need to get pretty with it. 2 points is 2 points. Call the glass if you want, whatever, but it needs to go in.
Oh, swatted away by Alexis Hines, but she's getting called for the foul.
Now, Alexis Hines, she doesn't go straight up. She kind of almost punches at the ball. So when she does get a hold of it, she is going to get contact with her wrist, and she is going to get called with a foul.
Yeah, just because her hand meets the ball doesn't mean the follow-through doesn't foul the shooter.
Exactly.
So that that blocking technique.
Yeah, Alexis Hunt's really been a
aggressive.
staple for Solano's defense so far in this game, and without her, the game would be a lot closer. I mean, it's already an 8-point lead. It could be swinging the other way.
Yeah, she's been giving Crystal Clark a lot of fits on the defensive end, and that's something that really has been key to Merritt not having a great offensive first half.
So Miranda Holman, Kai Roberts checks back in the game. Kai had a great 2 minutes out on the floor with 5 points and an assist and a couple rebounds, I believe. Misses the second shot, rebounded by Holman. Kai Roberts now with the ball, bringing it up court, looking for help. There's overthrows and Daya, and it goes out of bounds. So once again, broadcaster's jinx, fellas.
And just because there's a full-court press doesn't mean you have to rush. You can be in a hurry without being hurried, if that makes sense.
It does. It does, Mike.
For 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by the T-Bird. She puts it back up, and that's no good. Flipped out. Right into the hands of Kiwi. Kiwi throws it to Gabby. Gabby puts up the shot, and that's no good. Rebounded once again by the T-Birds. They put up another shot, and finally Lawson gets her mitts on it and gets the rebounds. Double team deep in the corner. Oh, nobody's up here. Kai Roberts all alone, and that's good for 2. And that was just a defensive breakdown by the T-Birds.
Merritt sold out so completely on trying to get that steal, having Laura Lawson in the corner, quadruple teamed. And to Laura Lawson's credit, good vision to be able to find Miranda Holman for the easy 3-on-0 break.
Yeah, I looked down. I was waiting to see if they had any defenders. I'm like, oh, nothing but white jerseys down here. So 10-point ball game once again. Nikki and Daya coming up the court now. Over to Audrey Jones. Audrey, Kai Roberts. Kai puts up the shot, and she cannot get it to go, but Holman gets her paw on it, and it's going to stay Solano ball.
Yeah, that was a great play by Miranda Holman, realizing that she got enough of the ball to knock it off the Merritt player, Gilliam, and it's Solano ball, so good hustle play from Miranda Holman.
And Crystal Clark checks back in the game for the Merritt. Laura Lawson, inbound, up, and good. That's textbook.
That's a great inbound play by Laura Lawson.
And one of the great things that Laura Lawson does that I see kind of an epidemic of not doing this from a lot of bigs. A lot of bigs put it on the ground and take that power dribble before they go back up, but Laura Lawson keeps it in her hands as there's a travel called on Merritt there. Laura Lawson catches it, and she goes straight back up, and it's such a quick release that nobody's going to get to it. I'd like to see more of that from a lot of other players, too.
Yeah, and that was a travel call on Kiwi Killian. And she just forgot the dribble. She went to pass and just started walking down the court. Can't do that in basketball. Football, that's all right. Brooke Gibbons kicks it to Kai Roberts. Over to Bowling. Bowling kicks to Holman. Holman swing pass to Brooke Gibbons. Gibbons to Kai. Kai, oh, fake, pump fake, puts up the shot. She cannot get it to go and is rebounded by Kiwi Killian.
A great pump fake by Kai Roberts. She's really feeling it tonight, and her confidence is obvious from way up here.
Yeah, that's something good to see from a role player coming off the bench like that. Driving, puts up the shot, and that's a no good. Swatted away, it's going to go to the Falcons. Laura Lawson almost had another rebound there.
Yes, and Asima Bell trying to get her 6 point of the second half. She's really been one of the 2 players along with Harrison that's trying to cut this lead, but Solano's maintaining this 12-point advantage.
And they're doing an excellent job, dissecting this full court press and working it up and getting in their offensive rhythm. They're getting good looks on the floor right now. Kai Roberts once again. Kai dribbling to the high side. Dumps it back to Holman. Holman swings it to Gibbons. Gibbons, little pump fake. Dribbles, drives. Swatted away by Crystal Clark. And she said, I'm having none of that today.
So good drive by Gibbons, but better play by Clark, getting there in plenty of time.
So 3 seconds, look for some sort of back screen to get Laura Lawson an easy 10-foot jumper. So at least somebody a quick shot.
Lawson, inbound, up and good. And the foul.
So adding insult to injury.
I could have called it. I could have been the coach for this team.
Could have called it. You did call it, Mike. Don't discredit yourself.
And that's a crucial foul because it goes to Crystal Clark once again, and we know she's in foul trouble now.
Actually, they give the foul to Asima Bell, number 23. So
that's her first personal, 13 foul. So Solano with a 14-point lead with 13:48 left on the clock. And Lawson at the line to shoot 2.
1.
Oh, one for the convert to 3-point play. Thank you, partner. And she converts to 3-point play. So here's Bell with the ball now. Bell swing past to Burl. Burl back to Bell. Bell driving baseline. And there's going to be a foul call. It's going to be on Brooke Gibbons. Kind of put a little hip check into that one.
That's only second foul. It's not like the first half where they started with a 5-1 foul differential.
Yeah.
So that's acceptable on the
Yeah,
defensive end.
definitely. As long as you don't, if you're going to foul, make sure that most of your fouls are shooting fouls that don't go in and give them 2 free throws, but that's really the only improvement they could have made.
Driving. Oh, good defense by Solano. Goes right into the hands of a T-Bird. And that was Crystal Clark with the putback. No,
95% of all offensive rebounds, or all air balls go to the offense.
Yes, they do. Gabby Gaines steals the ball, driving. Get a little move, puts up the shot. No foul called. Harrison puts back up the shot. No good. Tipped away. Rebound again. Third try, and still can't get it to go, and rebounded by Lawson.
Boy, that ball is taking some interesting bounces for both sides, and really neither side is getting any sort of advantage from the second half.
Oh, almost deadly pass there. Oh, Nikki and Daya with the floater. She cannot get it to go. Gabby Gaines comes up with it. They have the advantage. Little bounce pass. Up. Oh, no good. Just hits the bottom part of the backboard. Janessa Bowling coming up with it now. Free-flowing basketball going right now here in the second half. And Daya, a little spin move.
I don't think either of these teams mind this pace.
Yeah, especially Matt Borchard, who preaches pace, 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 and push the ball at all times.
Laura Lawson for a deep 2, and she cannot get it to go. And, man, somebody must have put a hex on these rims because neither side's getting a favorable bounce.
But Solano doesn't mind if nobody makes anything for the rest of the game. So,
yeah, the clock is on their side right now. Merritt for 3. No good. Rebounded by Miranda Holman. Janessa Bowling throws up a Hail Mary right to Brooke Gibbons, and Daya, oh, she thought about it. Every time I think she gets the ball around the perimeter, I think she wants to shoot almost every time. Gibbons for 3. Off the backboard, no good. Harrison comes down with the rebound. And there's 5 white jerseys around 1 yellow. And a travel is called on Harrison, and she was just walking her way to the hoop.
So a 1-on-5 fast break, what do you know, does not work out.
it works every once in a while. Enough to make people keep doing it.
Okay, fair enough.
So Merritt staying with his full court press. Lawson over to Hines. Alexis just slows down the ball. Looking for help. Stolen away by Q. Janik puts up the little spin move. Trying to get too fancy with it there, but put back by Asima Bell.
Yeah, Bell really having a solid second half for Merritt. That's her 3rd bucket.
And Daya getting double teamed. Drives through the double team. Pull up jumper off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Lawson. Lawson puts up the shot. Blocked by Crystal Clark. And just thrown away. Can she get it? Nope. Right outside the outstretched hands of Markeisha Janik.
And I think Laura Lawson went to the well one too many times. She's been taking that little jump step for a jumper, and Crystal Clark got that timing down on that shot.
And there's where the chess match of bigs really continues, because Laura Lawson goes to the well one too many times, like you said, and so now Laura Lawson will need to do another move to combat that.
Audrey Jones off the backboard. She cannot get it to go, and it's rebounded by Crystal Clark.
And after Audrey's hot first half, 12 points, that was her first shot of the second half, so let's see if she can't get going.
Oh, the foul's going to be called. Looks like it's going to be on Laura Lawson. Oh, Audrey Jones.
I think that's good news to hear for Solano. Audrey not typically in foul trouble very often. She's not at risk like the bigs are.
Yeah.
Like Alexis Hines or Laura Lawson.
And it's 10:32 left on the clock, so we're getting into the very late stages of this game. And Solano just really needs to pick up their offense. They've been on a dry streak for probably the past 4 minutes now, waiting for that elusive 47th or 48th point.
Yeah, but lucky for them, their defense hasn't let up because of their offensive woes. They've kept pressure on the T-Birds' offense, and T-Birds haven't capitalized on offense. They've had some bad bounces off the rim, and Solano's really benefited from that.
Yeah, really, the only points that Merritt has had has either been at the line or in transition off of a good steal almost in the backcourt. So in a half-court set, neither team has been able to really have too much success.
Oh, and that's going to be Merritt ball. Alexis Hines trying to get the pass out and went off the hands of Q, and Q just threw it right back at her as she was standing out of bounds. And so Merritt starting to show some fight, down by 10 with 10:20 left on the game clock.
And if I'm Alexis Hines, I am ticked off right now, to put it politely. The SEMA bell clapping in her face.
Hey.
I don't play nice when that happens.
Well, when the Bay Valley Conference is as tight as it is, Mike,
yeah,
it's going to get a little chippy.
Yeah, Solano 10-2, Merritt 9-3. Merritt really needs to win the conference outright. Solano has the better record, and if they win tonight, we'll have neither team will have an advantage in the season series.
So Laura Lawson and Nikki Ndaya checking back into the game.
And there's only 4 games left until playoffs. I don't know if we realize that.
Yeah, it's getting down to crunch time here for Solano Lady Basketball. So Gabby Gaines misses their first shot, so she gets a second attempt here. And that one's short. Rebound, and Merritt comes up with the rebound. Merritt showing some hustle plays here. Harrison driving, kicks out for 3. And it's good for Markeisha Jelinek.
So finally an outside shot hit from Merritt. That's a big confidence boost to get something productive off of a half-court set.
So Merritt really playing the ball handler. Laura Lawson down low, up and good.
And that bucket was really all made by Nikki Ndaya's pass.
That's a pocket pass. That's a pocket pass. I miss Uncle Drew. Where is he?
That was a perfect bounce pass right into the optimum zone of catching for Laura Lawson.
The hands usually?
Yeah. Or hands, you know.
Yeah, it's been a long week for all of us here. We had baseball yesterday. The Solano team fell in that game, 7-4. It was a very close game. A couple of calls didn't go Solano's way, but very good fought game all the way around. So shout out to all the baseball. I actually saw a couple of the baseball players down there. It looks like it's Jesse Phipps and Jacob Pawlowski checking out their fellow Solano athletic team.
And
the Hebrew Hammer or the Hammer in Hebrew?
Hammer in Hebrew.
Okay.
As he likes to be called.
Hammer in Hebrew.
Hey.
So Solano's last game was against the Napa Valley Storm. They won that game pretty handily, stretched their lead or their win streak to 5 games in a row. Nikki Ndaya scored 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Didn't shoot. Nobody on the team really shot very well. Didn't execute very well. But Laura Lawson, 10 points, 22 rebounds in that win. Absolutely critical play down the stretch, and they came back from 8 down to with 7 to go to win that game and stay atop the Bay Valley Conference.
Yeah, we know Solano is definitely a second-half team. Any team coached by Coach Matt Borchert is second-half team, and so far the first half wasn't so well. The second half, but they still have the lead. They're doing the little things right that you need to win games.
And as the time winds down, having a 9-point lead, if you just trade buckets from here on out, Solano will look to get their first win against Merritt this year.
Swing pass over to Gabby Gaines for 3, and that's no good. Rebounded, and there's a foul going to be called.
And Gaines has been off this entire game. I don't believe she scored in this game, and she's their leading scorer with nearly 17 points per game. So when your main shooter isn't shooting at all, that's not a recipe for success.
Yeah, but credit Solano a little bit. They have disrupted her. At least they disrupted her early and took her out of her rhythm, never really got to establish her warmth on the floor.
Absolutely.
Audrey Jones for 3, and just rims out. Rebounded by Markeisha Jelinek. Jelinek coming down, pull-up jumper, and it was tipped by Lawson, but it still goes in. That's good. So 7-point ball game now. Merritt starting to make a comeback.
Do you record a block if it still goes in?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Audrey Jones trying another three, and she cannot get that one to go, and there's people falling on the ground. Up quick to Harrison, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, and there's going to be a foul called. It looks like it's going to be on Audrey Jones. Good job by not giving up the easy basket, but she picks up another foul.
A nice hard foul by Audrey Jones, disrupting Quanah Harris, sending her to the line.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be her second foul of this game. So 2 shots for Harrison. And you really see the momentum. It's in favor of Merritt right now. Solano, they kind of have them on their heels. You know, we've seen Solano put the pedal to the metal, but so far, they're touching the brakes right now.
Yeah, like it's kind of a reflection of the previous game against Merritt, where in this second half, really the only player getting involved offensively and making an impact is Laura Lawson, scoring 9 second-half points. But besides that, nobody else around her has really contributed on the offensive end and from a scoring production-wise.
And she makes them both. So 47-42. 5-point ball game now. And with Merritt running this full-court press, it's really starting to take a toll on Solano. Get the ball up. Brooke Gibbons down low to Alexis Hines. It was tipped, and it's going to stay Solano ball.
You'd like to see Brooke Gibbons maybe dribble the ball into the half court to
And she only had 2 seconds before the 10-second backcourt violation. 10 in college, 8 in the regular NBA. But, yeah, you just dribble into the front court.
Stolen away by Gabby Gaines. She's pushing it up. She has some numbers. She puts up the left-hand layup, and that's good. So now it's a 3-point ball game. Up quickly to Nikki and Daya. Good pass, Alexis Hines. Alexis puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Lawson. Lawson puts it back up, and that's good. They needed that one right there.
I tell you, great passing on that play, especially from Janessa Bowling with the outlet pass. That outlet pass actually bounced back. It didn't bounce forward.
Yeah, top spin on it.
Yeah, if it had the top spin, it would have gone out of bounds out of the hands of Nikki and Dye. It had a backspin, bounced perfectly into the hands of Nikki and Dye. Great bounce pass, Alexis
She really
Hines.
more put up a half-court shot that only made it to the 3-point line.
And bounced straight up.
Yeah.
But either way, great outlet pass from Bowling to Andaya. And Andaya creating yet again. So that's really her role, is scoring and creating for others.
So now we're getting down the stretch here. 8:05 left to play, 49-44 in favor of Solano. Merritt showing a lot of fight. They were down big in this game. 14 points at one point. Now they're crawling within 5 points. So it's going to be an exciting finish here on the Solano College Sports Network.
Okay, a little bit of trivia. We know that Merritt won the last meeting between these two teams. But what do you think the record is between these two teams in the last 18 games?
9-9.
10-8 Solano.
17-1 Solano.
Wow. Up, no good. Rebounded by Lawson. She had to muscle up for that one. Up quickly to Brooke Gibbons. Gibbons looking around, finds Andaya, but it's stolen away by Jelinek. Ball still on the ground. Who's got it? Jelenek's got it. Pushing it up court quickly. Brooke Gibbons all over. Jelinek pulls it back, gets it to Gabby Gaines. It's tipped by Alexis Hines. Alexis and Hines have been doing it all on defense today.
Yeah, really proving her impact. That using that energy that she has on the offensive end, that aggression, really comes in handy on the defensive end for Solano.
So Kai Roberts checks into this game. So let's see if she can give Solano that spark that really got that big run and opened the lead in the first half.
And something I've noticed from Solano on the offensive end, when they cut to the middle, they tend to stop, and that allows the Merritt defenders to cut underneath it and get that pass. They need to continue to go through with their cut and come around to the other side.
Oh, Gabby Gaines open for three and rims out. Rebounded by Harrison. Harrison, strong move, puts it back up, and that's good.
And Laura Lawson had to extend to the three-point line because even though Gabby Gaines hasn't been on tonight, she's still capable of shooting at any point.
Oh, good pass to Brooke Gibbons from Nikki and Daya. Down low to Alexis Hines. Hines puts up the shot. She cannot get that to go. Looking for the foul. No foul call. Coming up the court is Asima Bell. Asima to the basket. No good. Rebounded by Merritt. Blocked away by Brooke Gibbons. Brooke Gibbons gets the rebound. There's a Merritt player on the ground. She's coming up slowly. So there's going to be an injury timeout, and hopefully that young lady's okay.
Yeah, Seema Bell landed very hard on that rebound attempt. So
yeah,
let's hope
but
she's
Brooke
all right.
Gibbons got all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it surprised her a little bit, kind of knocked the wind out of her. She landed on her tuchus.
Yeah. And she's walking it off, trying to get there back.
Yeah, that never feels good, man.
No.
Tipped, stolen away by Kiwi. Kiwi driving, trying to get it down low to Q, bouncing all over the place. Audrey Jones comes up with it, pushing the tempo back up. She's had 2 defenders on her. It's going to stay Solano ball as Kiwi Killian just knocks it out of bounds. 3-point ball game with 6:25 to play here at the Solano College Sports Network.
And that was, I think, a lucky break for Solano with the Merritt steal. That ball was lofted on that pass, allowed Kai Roberts to disrupt it.
Down low to Lawson, blocked. It's going to be called a jump ball, but it's going to stay
Solano ball. Sorry, I kind of stole that one from you.
It's all good, partner.
I didn't know if you knew it or not.
So Janessa bowling inbound. Let's see if they run one of those little Laura Lawson plays. Alexis Hines puts it up off the backboard. Good.
And that's what I was saying earlier in this game, that you just need to put it off the backboard and let it go in. You can shoot it a lot harder. The backboard's more forgiving than the rim, and it's going to go in a lot more, and that's – you see perfect execution right there.
Oh, tipped away by Laura Lawson. She comes up with the steal, gets it to Janessa Bowling. They have numbers up court. Kicks it up to Audrey Jones. Audrey, one stop down. Alexis Hines up, no good. Alexis gets her own rebound, puts it up again. Cannot get that one to go. Tips it out. Kai Roberts comes up with it. So a fresh 30 for the Falcons here.
Coach Borcher was on his knees on the floor begging somebody to make a shot.
She'd put it off the backboard, it would have gone in.
Down low to Kai Roberts. Kai puts up a floater and cannot get to go. Rebounded by Lawson and the foul. So Lawson will go to the line to shoot 2.
So
Wow.
finally, 4th, 5th, 6th opportunities.
I think Coach Borcher's having a heart attack on the sideline.
I think his face is matching his shirt right now because his blood is boiling.
That was great. That was a good one. I like that.
And boy, back to that Alexis Hines shot earlier. I want to piggyback off that. That's a little bit more of that gamesmanship we've been seeing. Before, we've seen Alexis Hines, Miranda Holman set the screen for Laura Lawson on the inbounds. That time, they flipped roles. So that also was key for her to getting a wide open shot.
Merritt has done their homework. They know that Laura Lawson is the focal point of this offense. So they put both bigs on her and left Alexis Hines wide open.
That was her 12th point of the second half.
Wow.
She didn't score after that lengthy rest. So see if she can hit 13.
Ooh, she misses the second, so a little broadcaster jinx, Brian.
Good job, Brian.
Yep, unlucky 13. Not.
Gabby Gaines flips it over to Seema Bell. Over to Q. Q puts up the 3.
Nope.
No, nowhere close, but she gets her own rebound, puts it up, no good. Tipping around, who's going to get it? And it's going to stay Merritt ball.
Yeah, so nice job by Merritt following up on their own shot. That's something that's always beneficial for a shooter to get their own offensive rebound.
And you know, right there was 3 yellow jerseys in the paint, and there was no white to be seen down there. So Solano's going to have to do a better job boxing out and getting these defensive rebounds, especially with the close game we have with 5:17 to play.
Yeah, every possession is crucial at this point of the game.
Looking around, outlet pass. High side, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Audrey Jones with the rebound.
Kai Roberts was all over the shooter from Merritt.
Oh, good pass to Lawson. Lawson puts it up, and good. Janessa Bowling looking like Tom Brady out there.
So I could throw a touchdown pass, too.
Yeah.
It's like throwing it to the Gronk in the end zone right there. Gabby Gaines showing off little handles there. Gets it. Seema Bell down low, back out to Gabby Gaines. Gabby, just missed, just loses the ball in her own hands. A little bit of butterfingers there. Janessa Bowling down low to Lawson. Lawson, a little bit of a mismatch. Lawson puts it up, foul, and 1 for Laura Lawson. And this place is a rocking now as the lead goes up to 10 points. 4:36 to play.
We had talked about how nobody else was helping besides Laura Lawson. Who needs help when you got Laura Lawson on your team?
Hey, she is capable of single-handedly winning a game for you.
And she's proving it right now. Down the stretch, she's been proven huge for the Solano Falcons. She cannot get that to go. Almost gets her own rebound. She can get called for a foul there.
So 16 second half points for Laura Lawson, but fouling on that offensive rebound attempt. So she now has 3 fouls, so that's something to look out for.
Now, I mean, with this such little time remaining, you'll probably see her play the rest of this game, even if she picks up a 4th foul, just because she's so important to this offense right now.
Yeah, and we're seeing Merritt start to put up a lot of threes, and that's something they have not been working for them all game long, trying to crawl back in this.
Yeah, really, perimeter shooting not the forte of Merritt this afternoon or this evening.
Audrey Jones for 3, and she cannot get it working. Laura Lawson with another rebound, kicks it out to Alexis Hines. Alexis puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Nikki and Dye with the rebound, she puts it up. She can't get it to go. Lawson coming in, diving on the floor, and Merritt finally comes up with it, and they got her trapped in the corner. As Kiwi Killian coming up, and his back pick, stolen away by Solano. Nikki and Dye and Janessa Bowling combining for the steal there.
Great swarming defense, giving Merritt a taste of their own medicine with the full court press.
Audrey Jones' pass was tipped. Audrey gets it, fighting on the floor. It's out of bounds, and it's going to be...
Looks like Solano ball.
It should be Solano ball.
Yeah, Kiwi had it out of bounds.
Yeah. She rolled over the top of it with while stepping out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, stepping, her feet were the only thing inbound.
Okay.
It's not like football. You don't get to catch it just because your feet are inbounds.
So it's going to be a 20-second timeout call by Merritt. And once again, we'd like to thank all you viewers out there for tuning in to the Solano College Sports Network, your home for Solano sports.
And really, you wonder if Merritt is just winded and they don't have the legs to keep up the full court press. In the last 2-3 minutes, you've seen them really go away from it, and they did that in the first half too. They got it to 6 points, and then they stepped away from the full court press, and the lead ballooned. And now you see it again. They come off of it, and they let their foot off the gas, and now the lead's back to 10 points. So really, you need to give it your all for the next 3.5 minutes if you're Merritt, and really reestablish that full court press if you have any chance of winning this game.
And I think Solano, to counteract that, you see Matt Borcher put in probably their best offensive lineup with Janessa Bowling and Dye in the backcourt, with Jones stretching the ball at the 3 position.
Hand off to Holman. Holman down low to Jones. Jones puts up the shot, blocked away by Crystal Clark. Driving, puts up the shot, and that's good from Akisha Jelinek. So the tempo's starting to push up from Merritt. Ooh, no look pass from Bowling, gets to Lawson. Lawson to Ndaya. Ndaya just pulls it back, waiting for offense to get set up.
Yeah, Bowling likes to have that no-look pass. You just got to make sure your teammate's looking at. He's looking at
you're
you.
the only one allowed to not
Yes.
look.
Laura Lawson from the free throw line, and good.
And that was more her range. Early in the first half, we saw a little bit further out, and that's her 18th point of the second half.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. Corey Cox numbers in terms of scoring in a half.
And she's really putting her team on the back right now. You know, they got within 3, and when the game gets close and puts on the line, something flips inside of her head, and she just becomes beast mode out there.
I think you got to love that from your sophomore leader coming in, just taking over this game, knowing full well that Merritt has shot blockers. They have size, but that's not going to stop her from hustling for every possession, getting multiple second, third chance opportunities to score, and that's shown in the score by getting this lead, keeping it at double figures.
And, you know, we act like this is new for Laura Lawson, like she's never had to go against a good shot blocker. She probably played against the boys every single day whenever she could. And so she's used to, you know, getting it thrown back in her face every once in a while, but you really can't. You can't expect her to be shut down just because there's a good defensive center on the other side.
So while you're talking, you missed a selfie.
No, I get that, but do you want me to just stop talking?
No.
The broadcast comes first, Stosh.
And, technically, it wasn't a selfie because it was taken by. I think it's just a regular.
It was a someone else's.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not in the 21st era over here, all right?
Era.
Has
21st era. What was the 20th era?
Gabby Gaines makes it for 3. Uh-oh. So if she starts making that shot with 2:41 to go, this could get interesting, guys. Another timeout called.
Personally, I think it's still pretty interesting, this 7-point game.
Yeah,
and
it's been interesting all night, really, from the tip.
But yeah, as you were saying, Gabby Gaines, if she can get rolling, she scores 17 points a game. That's her 5th point of the second half, and if she can get some of those bounces, she hasn't been missing terribly. A couple rows around the rim and not getting able to get those 3-point shots. So if a couple bounces go Merritt's way, they're back in this game.
Yeah, so 58-51, 7-point lead for Solano. 2:41 to go, and probably one of the closest games we've actually seen inside the Falcons' nest here. Usually when teams come to play Solano, they just get run right out of the court with the well-conditioned Solano team. Merritt showing they can run with them and play this full-court press.
And, you know, that success for Solano, this isn't a fluke. This has been, ever since Matt Borchert really got here, this is the 10th straight winning season that Solano has had. They've only had 22 in the entire history of women's sports, and they've had the last 10 in a row.
No look past Laura Lawson. Lawson finds Audrey Jones down. Alexis Hines, pull-up jumper, rattles around the rim. And the foul is going to be called on Laura Lawson, so that will send Harrison for a 1-and-1.
That's her 4th foul.
So 2:26, Laura Lawson's got to be very careful. And Solano especially, because she's been the entire offense in the half court.
As she scored the last 10 points by herself.
So Quanah Harrison at the line. Pretty good free throw shooter. And she makes first.
Trying to broadcaster jinx that one too?
Me? Never.
Reverse psychology, reverse broadcaster jinx.
And Harrison splits the pair. Rebounded by Nikki and Daya. They have some numbers working in their favor here. Daya comes down. Ooh, good little move by Ndaya. Out to Audrey Jones. Jones flips it out to Bowling. Bowling scanning the court. Gets it back to Jones. Jones out to Ndaya. Out to Alexis Hines. Down low to Nikki Ndaya. Out pass.
Laura Lawson
Stowed
is
away
wide
by
open
Jelenek.
too.
Jelenek will take it up and easy good.
So that defense blocking Ndaya's view. Laura Lawson wide open under the basket, but she felt like she could only pass it back out to save her.
Ooh, good move by Bowling. Drive it in. Tries to do another no-look pass to Lawson, but Harrison was there. 4-point ball game. Could be down to 2 here. Puts up the shot and the foul. So we'll send Quanah Harrison to the line once again to shoot 2.
Good heads-up play by Nikki Ndaya, knowing that Laura Lawson cannot afford to get her 5th foul, so she steps in and takes that foul for her teammate so that she can continue to have Laura Lawson on the court.
Harrison makes the first.
And you talk about basketball IQ and situational basketball. That's exactly what Nikki Ndaya, a sophomore player. Very heads-up play by Nikki Ndaya.
Definitely. And you want to talk about basketball IQ on the other end. Crystal Clark not going for the offensive rebounds.
And Alexis Hines was just called for the travel right there, so Merritt gets the ball back with 1:38 to go, down by 3.
I was just going to say that Crystal Clark was on the other end waiting for transition defense rather than trying to get an offensive rebound.
And Solano's going to have to really bear down here for 3. No good. Rebounded by Hines. And there's a foul called, so send Alexis Hines to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
But Solano lucked out that Merritt did not complete that three-point shot. That was their best, most efficient offensive play in the half court all game long. They just weren't able to hit that three-point shot when they needed it.
Yeah, I don't think Bell has hit a 3 tonight, and she's been off a lot from the three-point line.
There hasn't been too many players in yellow that have hit a three-point shot.
Yeah.
Well, Gaines hit one, and Jelenek hit one. So 2 3-point shots for Merritt this entire game, and that's definitely not going to cut it against a team like Solano.
They take over 24 a game, but they only convert about 27% of them, which is pretty middle of the pack in terms of women's basketball in California. So if you go 1 for 4, 6 for 24, really, not the greatest percentage.
Oh, she splits the pair there, pushes the lead to 4. So that was a huge that she just made 1. So it was a 2-possession ball game.
4 really is the magic number because unless you foul on a three-point made shot, there's not going to be a situation where they can take the lead.
Yeah.
There are no 5-point plays. You can't lose the game on any sort of play if you're up by 4.
So Ndaya gets called for the foul once again. It's going to send Seema Bell to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, while Bell hasn't been able to hit any threes, in the second half she's done a very good job of driving to the basket, making a couple layups, and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, her body's really taking a toll for it, too. I've seen her fall on the ground 2 or 3 times. We saw her get the wind knocked out of her. So she's really laying it all out there for Merritt tonight.
It's up and good. So now it's a 3-point ball game with 1:16 to go and timeout called.
Boy, this gym has gotten quiet, dead silent in this tense situation with a 3-point ball game and a person at the free throw line. Cut the tension with a knife.
Just like Scooby-Doo, you know, the old cutout. He cut out the knife and made a donut. I mean, were you guys alive for the original Scooby-Doos? Yeah,
it was Fog.
It was Fog. He made a donut out of the
You
fog.
do know I'm older than you, right?
That is true.
I was alive. I just haven't seen it.
I'm kind of young. That's true. I'm still in diapers, basically. So. I'm afraid to talk.
Everybody it's dead silent in this gymnasium, and that's something I've never seen from the Falcons' Nest here at Solano.
We usually see it, you know, the pregame shoot-around. We're always wondering who's going to show up tonight, but it usually gets pretty packed. I mean, there's a good-sized crowd in here tonight, but everybody's on the edge of their seat. This is a nail-biter, 59-56. Merritt has not led at all in this game. It's been all Solano, and you know Merritt would like to change that here, but Solano really needs to step up right here, bear down, and finish this last minute 16 with all they have, 120%.
And you know Merritt's going to go full out on this press. Getting this ball back is their #1 mission with 1:16 left in the second half.
And honestly, Merritt's playing for their postseason lives because the BBC, not the strongest conference, you're probably only going to get 1, maybe 2 teams into the playoffs. And if Merritt loses this game, they're 2 games back with 3 to play, and I just don't see a meltdown from Solano happening over the course of the season. Maybe not in this game. But
gets it to Hines. Hines drives, puts up the shot. She cannot get it to go. And that is going to be the 5th foul on Laura Lawson, and that's going to be crucial.
So you're going to have to see Miranda Holman get into this game. And next woman up, you know?
Yeah. There is no quit in this team, and that they don't get to use this as an excuse if they lose this game. Laura Lawson probably should have had more control over her decision-making in terms of rebounding, lived to fight another play, but really Miranda Holman will have to continue to produce where Laura Lawson has left off.
So you see Asima Bell knocks down the first 2-point ball game. This one right here, you know, her heart's going to be pumping. This is a huge free throw right now. And she misses the second, but they get the rebound. Harrison, and a foul is called. It's going to send Harrison to the line to shoot 2. We're going to see who the foul is on. I thought there was a lot of ball there. I didn't see much contact on the arm.
Looks like Alexis Hines.
24 kind of gave her the booty, gave her the tookus. It was all ball from Miranda Holman, so really kind of a ticky-tack foul from Alexis Hines.
Harrison has ice in her veins as she's knocked down the first.
Yeah,
and you know she's going to make the second one here.
The home crowd is trying to make some noise, distract Harrison.
I don't even know where that's coming from. I don't see anybody on the bench moving.
And she makes them both tie. Ball game, 46 seconds left on the game clock. Solano needs a prayer here to go. Needs to make a bucket. It's crucial. Gets it up to Ndaya. Ndaya dribbling, puts up the shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Alexis Hines. Hines fighting, puts up the shot. No foul called. And now it comes down. Only 1 second separates the game clock from the shot clock. Tied up at 59. Gabby Gaines coming up the court for Merritt here. Merritt's going to try to milk it.
Yeah, Merritt cannot afford to take a shot early. They need to play for the last shot.
Down low to Clark. Clark puts it up and good! So timeout called by Merritt, and Merritt has their first lead of this ball game with 12.2 seconds left on the game clock, and Merritt's bench is fired up, but Solano has the last shot.
I don't agree with that decision. Yes, you had a good look. Yes, you did make the shot. You do get the lead, but if I'm Merritt, I'm playing for the last shot. You put it up with maybe 2-3 seconds left so that you can afford yourself an offensive rebound opportunity and maybe a putback to win, but you can't afford yourself the opportunity to lose the game on the ensuing possession. I don't like that play call from Merritt.
So now Solano's just got to take advantage of that. We talked about basketball IQ, knowing the situation. We now have 12 seconds left on the game clock. So that's plenty of time to get a good look for Solano to tie this, maybe take the lead with the three-point shooting abilities of Nikki Andaya, Janessa Bowling, Audrey Jones. But they're going to have to beat this full-court press that's been disrupting their offense all night.
And this is a tricky position if you're Merritt. You go for the full-court press, you maybe get a stop or a steal, but you also could end up with an easy layup.
Holman now with the ball, 6 seconds. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. And it's good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots of the season. Knocks it home. Oh my gosh, we are going crazy, folks.
And Audrey Jones had been 0 for 4 from three-point land in the second half. So for her to have the gumption to take that shot with the game on the line really just speaks to the confidence that she has as a shooter.
And we were asking for somebody to step up, somebody besides Laura Lawson. And what do you know, one of the Splash Sisters hits a three, puts them up by one with 2.3 seconds left.
Oh my God.
If you're Merritt, how do you leave her open? Of anybody on the court, you double Miranda Holman, who's not going to take the shot from 37 feet, and you leave Audrey Jones open on the wing, one of her favorite spots on the court, and you give her really a warm-up jumper. Great closeout defense, but too little, too late, and you see just execution from Solano when it matters most.
But Merritt also, they had a defender right in her face too.
Yeah.
I mean, Audrey Jones, ice in her veins right there, just stepped right into it. Didn't even need to see defender, just knocked it home. I mean, wow. I'm speechless, guys.
And her first points of the second half couldn't have come at a better time.
But
15 points tonight from Audrey Jones.
well, remember this. Merritt's in the double bonus with 2.3 seconds left.
Do not foul. Do not let an inbounds play. They have to go the full length of the court. They don't get to bring it up to half court. Don't get anything near the rim. Keep everything in the back court.
They try the Hail Mary pass. Tipped away. Clock's winding down, and Solano wins the game. 62-61. One heck of an effort by this Falcons team. Oh, my gosh. I don't know what to say, guys. First time, I'm speechless.
Really, all you can say is I don't even know either. you
Perfect
just gotta
execution down the stretch, and they capitalized on Merritt's mistake to shoot and make the shot with 12 seconds left, and really it came back to bite them. And I don't know if there's another player that we can have be player of the game other than Audrey Jones. I know we've interviewed her before, but she made the game-winning shot. She has to be our player of the game.
And really the word I was looking for is resolve.
Yeah.
It just shows how even when they're down, Solano doesn't take anything. I mean, they just don't lose their composure like I am currently.
Yeah, they know that they can execute when it matters most. They've run that play. She's made that 1,000 times, and so she really doesn't need to worry about whether it's going to go in, because if it doesn't, that was a good look at a great shot that she knows she can make. That's the right decision, and honestly, just great late game execution from Solano. But we're going to go ahead, throw it down to Stash Samoida, who's going to have an interview with Audrey Jones, who's still feeling it, our Best Buy player of the game.
Now I'm joined with our Best Buy player of the game, Audrey Jones, who hit the game winner with 2 seconds left on the clock. Audrey, walk me through that last shot.
Honestly, I don't even know how to walk you through it. I just remember inbounding the ball and running up the court, and I got a skip pass, and I heard my coach say, "Wet it." And so I threw it up, and it went in. That's what happened.
That's awesome. What did Coach say to you guys in that huddle before the last play? What words of encouragement did he give you guys?
He just said that not to foul because a foul could obviously win them the game. And then he said, we need to get the best shot we can, whether it be a 2 or a 3, and I just ended up with the ball.
That's awesome. I mean, that was you guys had to dig deep for this victory. You guys were up big. They came back, had the lead. What type of victory going forward is this for your team?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, this pretty much almost sealed us having the conference title. And so Coach Matt was just always telling us this is a big game, big game, big game, and we pulled it out. So it's great.
I know it's probably one of the best games we've seen here on the Solano College Sports Network. Once again, she hit the game winner. I'm Star Shimoda, Audrey Jones. For all of us here at the Solano College Sports Network, thank you for watching. Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Go enjoy that.